If you've seen my air layering video, this is actually a curry plant stem, which I air layered all the way back in around September. After air layering, we put it in this pot, and now it's been sitting inside the house for about 2 to 3 months now. So I decided to investigate. I cut the stem a little bit here. It was a bit light green and it was a bit darker green down here. I tried to dig in the soil a little bit, and if you can see, the roots are slightly soft and mushy. I'm going to take this curry plant out and investigate the roots to see what we can do. If you see, the green up here is definitely lighter than the green down here. So I just did a quick scrape test, and because it was, I knew this top area was dying a little bit, which is why I decided to investigate the roots. And the roots don't seem way too bad. I thought I was gonna see much worse, but as you can see over here, this is mushy. Roots aren't supposed to be like this. These roots over here aren't as mushy, still a bit firm. This root down here is definitely more firm, but if you see these over here, they're sort of lifeless. And this one over here is it's mushy. It shouldn't be breaking like this, which means there's a root rot. See, this is a root rot. We took off the cling wrap so you can see the roots more clearly. This is definitely new. So I knew it was growing a little bit for the past couple months, but maybe it's the top roots over here were getting a bit molded. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a hydrogen peroxide spray. I'll spray the roots because hydrogen peroxide has oxygen, which is what plant needs when it's getting rot. And also the hydrogen peroxide will disinfect any bacteria because root rot is a type of bacterial infection. I'm going to rinse the roots of this curry plant in 1 part hydrogen peroxide and 1 part water, just to kind of disinfect the roots real quick. I added a bit extra water just to be safe. I don't want to burn the roots with the hydrogen peroxide. Just disinfecting the scissors with some peroxide. Any bits of mushy root, just cut all the way off because those are completely rotted. You don't want any of that. Sadly, this big piece of root over here is also sort of mushy. So I'll have to cut this off too. Okay, so since I want a much more easy draining soil mix, I have just about 40% of soil and perlite, which is good for draining, and actually some orchid bark over here as well. This will make it so that the pot will drain very, very well. I don't want any water to sit at all because that's what caused the rot. And also, I'm using this pot, which is much smaller than the previous pot it was in. So I put some little bit of bark on the bottom, and this pot is just fit for this air layering, which is much smaller than this pot over here, which I used previously. So this is how the final potting is. I kept it a bit slanted because then I can fit the roots properly. And now I might cut this top branch off a little bit because it seems a bit lighter here than usual. And since I cut off some roots, I want to make sure I don't carry some extra dead weight that the plant has. And cutting some length off will make sure that the plant isn't as stressed. Yeah, just cut off some of these hard stems. Obviously, it's not dead. You can see some green here and some green back here. So now, since the tops are cut, I just need to water it a little bit and let the soil settle down. Don't overwater. That's basically the whole thing we tried to fix right now. We're just watering until the water slowly pours out of the pot, just to let the soil settle a little bit. Alright, we have water leaking out. Just watered a bit extra right now. So I'll just let the water leak out of this, dump out the extra water because you don't want it sitting in the cup, and time to just wait. So after watering, it's just time to wait now. Put it in a place with bright indirect sunlight, and that's about it. Hopefully it'll start recovering, and I'll keep an update.